Hello everybody, welcome to your Daily Pop. I thought I'd do it tonight on this new moon for tomorrow because I just feel like it's beautiful, eloquent, smooth, shiny, great energy. And the weirdest thing happened today, like I was out in the park, I was doing my exercise, I was doing some reads, I was doing some things out there, feeling great, came home and I felt completely exhausted by like 6:30 or 7. I felt like I had to go to bed. It was the weirdest feeling. So I just lay down and relax. I don't fall asleep, but I just kind of relax and release like the mind chatter. And then the craziest thing happened. I felt wide awake and now it's almost midnight and I'm like wide awake. And this always happens on new moons. And I want you guys to comment if that also happens to you, that you get that zany kind of new moon energy where you're all of a sudden wide awake. It's so bizarre, but I love it. So what I thought I'd do is just pull an animal card. We have beaver. Yay, the busy beaver. And then we have this 7 of Cups, so our choices, yay. So what this says to me, and I'm going to pull I have my crow cards right here too. I want to pull a clarifier on this. Oh, you know what? Let me just shuffle this really quick. There we go, and pull from the middle. Okay, so, oh, look at the wands. So we have, look at our double sevens. We have 7 of Cups, and then we have 7 of Wands as well as the beaver. Now I love this because the 7 of Wands is about boundary. It's about setting our boundaries and really being strong and concise in them too. That is, we protect our energy from people, places, and things that can sap it. And we're going to decide to do this with the new moon. Listen, you don't have to answer that email right now. You don't have to accept the unacceptable or, kind of frenetic or challenging or disruptive energy. You can just say no to it. And sometimes, because we are so habitual, we think, well, let me just answer this and let me do that. But we've got to do a quick check-in with ourselves right here, right? We have choices. What is going to make us feel good? And I know for myself personally, I have only so much bandwidth if I'm making plans to leave the house. Say I have to go to the post office, I have to do whatever I have to do. I know that if I try to, say, whip out a couple reads and do house cleaning, that if I haven't gotten out of the house by 1, then it's going to be a struggle. There's just something about that energy that then it gets challenging. It's like I find stuff to do. So I don't overwhelm myself because 7s, are about that. It's like what also are, what is going to bring in good, vibrant energy. So I want to go do things, and that is not saying yes to things I want to say no to. And you're going to recognize that too, because I feel like in the next couple of days, you're going to be really creative, busy little beaver energy, building and creating and making some things that are substantial and cool and, bring abundance into your life and also make you feel more creative and just really good, happy energy. And I love that the fish was under this. And I don't do reversals. I just feel like the deck is upside down. The fish is about money in readings. When the fish comes in, that is about abundance. It also is, to me, very meaningful in going with the flow. Fish, they float, they swim, they glide. It's a more ample time, a time of ease and a time of abundance and feeling good while we're busy. So it's not just being busy, it is being more effective in what we do when we are trying to complete tasks, right? Because we can be busy but not really doing anything, right? Or we can be being productive, and that's what you're going to be doing. Whatever you're building is going to be substantial, and part of it is you're going to make smart choices and make them wise and not overwhelm yourself, which I love. So let's look at this from a mental standpoint. Have any of you, like I am very capable of doing, when I recognize this pattern, I stop immediately. I mentally exhaust myself by going in circles. Well, if I do this and that, and it can be anything. For me, it tends to be if I'm already out, I think, well, if I'm going by the post office, I might as well stop by the grocery store. If I'm going by the grocery store, I might as well stop by A, B, and C. And then I will legit overwhelm myself. And then I will think, this isn't going to be fun. It's just going to be a task. So instead of, hey, this is a great adventure of doing 1 or 2 things that I like and then time in between for a walk and a great coffee, I start to list out like, oh, let me do this and that. And we're not put on this earth to just complete lists and tasks and try to cram and jam stuff in. We should do the things that we like to do and that bring us joy and help us create abundance, but on a neat creative scale, not so much just, oh, we always have to be industrious and checking off our checklist. Because with this, having choices, it reminds us that some of those choices are to avoid this. And for me, heartache is just feeling like, oh, I just spend my bandwidth. I exhaust myself. I overthink things. I think things that are going swimmingly are all of a sudden there's something wrong with them because I'm overthinking this. This I always feel like, and that is the anticipation of things going wrong and creating heartbreak out of some kind of weird phantom or tug of war with a ghost. It doesn't make any sense, right? So instead, let's look forward to this. Being industrious, creating abundance in our life, and knowing that our wishes come true through the simple premise that what we think about most comes about most. We experience the most, right? So as I'm driving in my car, I'll say things like, I'm so excited to go to this park. I'm going to see great dogs. I'm going to feel fun activities in the sun and really have a nice time. And the more I think positively and towards those endeavors, they usually tend to take place, right? It's like anything. We can worry ourselves into a state, an actual worried state where we become almost phobic or think crazy things are going to happen. But the star is the opposite of that. Knowing that fundamentally there is not only enough for everybody, but there's abundance. And, there's billions of dollars and there's, just dozens and dozens of countries that we can visit and so many opportunities, and feeling this, a wellspring of just feeling good, mind, body, and spirit. For me, it has to definitely be some kind of variety and new experiences. So I do different things and go to different places throughout the day to keep myself excited and enthusiastic about life, right? Because we need that, new interests, new ideas. I love going into like a big Barnes and Noble, sitting down, checking out some stuff. And I was really excited. I went there yesterday and I found in their metaphysical section, I was like, there's no way they're going to have any decks there that I don't have. And they actually had 3 or 4 really cool decks that I had actually been wanting and hadn't purchased. So I get to look at them, and then I feel like that's going to be a treat that maybe once every other week I'll go in there and get one of those decks I like, get a good cup of coffee. So this is giving yourself things to look forward to while we're being productive and industrious and feeling good about the direction we're going, and dismissing any of the negative stuff and the kind of pull towards a have to do something or a to-do list. Keep it simple and alleviate the pressure that we put on ourselves. I love fall for this because I just feel like fall becomes more relaxed, and it's not so hot. I feel like, maybe I am getting finally a little bit sleepy. It's almost midnight. I love to walk in this cooler weather, to go to forest, to ground. It's that harvesty feeling. It's that, pre-Thanksgiving, Halloween, beautiful energy. And comment down below if any of you guys get dressed up for Halloween and what you plan to get dressed up as, even if you're just, hanging out, or if you're doing videos, or you're going to have people come and trick or treat at your house. Because I love that. I just feel like it's such a fun, festive season, and it's a really great time. So that's your Daily Pop, you guys. Have a great day.